apparently there is something wrong with Streamlabs. I do not know what the hell the problem is, but this is Overwatch League new, Overwatch Weekly News. I'm just gonna just do this. You can have like a little sneak peek of what's happening. So how loud I have to type. Oh my god. Okay. I think we're all good. I don't actually know, but I think we're good. Um, it's just Overwatch is just the Overwatch. Twitch has just been a cock. Hang on, let me actually check. I need to actually get rid of that. Edit shortcut. Use. Is it? Alright, we are live. Okay. So we are live. Alright, so I'm gonna go on YouTube and then we'll react to the Overwatch developer update that was released 3 days ago. So yeah, I'm gonna shout now, I'm gonna mute my mic and everything, yeah.
What's up, everyone? This is Jeff with the Overwatch team. Very exciting developer update today because in the last developer update, I mentioned that we would be bringing you something very special, which we call the experimental card. Well, we are now on the eve of the experimental card going live. And that's to say that if everything goes correctly, tomorrow we'll have the first version of the experimental card up, and all of you, including everybody on console, will get to play our first experimental modes and test things that we're really unsure about, and that's why they're going to you. I want to remind everybody that the experimental card is not targeted at bug fixing or stability or anything like that. The experimental card is really focused on radical gameplay changes or things that we want to try out and get your direct player feedback on. So the first version of the experimental card that goes live hopefully tomorrow. Now, as I said, stuff could go wrong, so maybe it gets delayed a little bit, but hopefully tomorrow this card will go up, and we are going to be testing something that I actually mentioned in a forum post for those of you who are paying attention back in January. That was a change to the role queue system. Now, I don't want to panic everybody, and I want to remind you that these are really experimental changes. We are unsure of these. That's why we're not patching them live. That's why they're not on the PTR. This is just an experiment that we're trying. So the change to role queue that we're going to be trying on the experimental card tomorrow is one in which it changes the number of roles and restrictions to those roles such that we will have 1 tank, 3 damage, and 2 support players. So obviously this shifts off of the current role queue, which is 2-2-2. Now, you might be wondering, why are you trying this change? And I think the why is the most important thing behind any design decision. So the impetus for this was a discussion we were having months ago. In fact, we were having this in, I think it was November or December of last year, where we were talking about how do we make damage queue times faster. As many of you know, when we introduced role queue, which is a system we think is very successful and has overall been a positive change to the game, it added some extra queue time for those players who were playing damage. And one of the ideas that we started to experiment with internally was 3 damage players being available to each match instead of 2. This was a lot of fun. It was very controversial on the development team. We had very strong reactions for and against the system. And ultimately, at around the same time, we had also mentioned to you that we were going to do this experimental card. I made that post on the forums, and so many players said, well, why don't you let us try it? So this is your chance. You can test out one of the wacky things that we've tried. What we are going to be looking for as the experimental card is up is we are going to be looking for the effects to the queue times to see if it actually makes a difference to damage queue times. And we'll be tracking statistics very closely and seeing how it affects not only the queue times within the experimental card, but how that fans out to the rest of the service, including quick play, competitive, and the different modes in the arcade, in particular quick play classic. So we want to see what queue times are like, and that's what the development team is looking for. We're also looking for your feedback because this is a radical change. There's a lot different here. As I had mentioned in that forum post a few, I guess it was like a month ago at this point, the biggest concern we have with this change and why we were reluctant to make this one is we're very concerned about what this does to what players have come to call off tanks, specifically Roadhog, Zarya, and Diva. What you are also going to see on the experimental card, in addition to the change to the queuing ratio, you're going to see big balance changes to these heroes. Now, don't freak out. These balance changes are not intended to make it to the live game unless we were to put the 3-2-1 system out there. Under our normal 2-2-2 roll queue, we would never make balance changes like this. But this is a look into what happens if we decide to make Roadhog the only tank in the match, or if we decide to make Diva the only tank in the match. You are going to have some insight into the type of balance changes that we would need to make. So we really want to hear from you. We want to hear from tank players. We want to hear from non-tank players. We're going to be looking at the damage queue times and seeing if the experiment's actually fixing the problem that it's trying to solve. One thing that's really cool about the experimental card, and I want to remind you all of, is that when you queue up for matches in the experimental card, you'll still be leveling your account. So that means if you get another level, you'll still get your loot box reward. And if there is an event going on simultaneous to the experimental card being up, the example I'll use is like Summer Games or our Halloween event, you will still be getting credit towards those epic skin unlocks like you normally do. So I think that will be very cool, and there might be some event surprises coming your way while this experimental card is up. So just remember, you're getting rewarded for testing out new and cool things. And I can't say this last thing enough. Don't panic when you see this card go up. These are changes we are unsure of, and that's why we're getting your feedback on them. It doesn't mean that they're imminently coming to Overwatch anytime soon. It just helps you get some insight into what we're focused on and some of our design process. So we hope you enjoy the experimental card when it goes live. We're looking forward to hearing all of your feedback. And as always, thanks for playing Overwatch, and thanks for being such a great part of our community.
Okay, I guess I'll give my take on it. So the experimental mode, an amazing change. That is a brilliant change. I love that idea that we can test out new things. So we can expect like if they're like unsure on something, we can just give them feedback and we can tell them don't add it to the game or add it to the game and all that stuff, because we know like a little bit more. Because, well, yes, they do as well, but they don't really play the game a lot. They don't like test it. Well, they do, but we play the game a lot. Like us Overwatch players. If like, for example, like the roll queue was actually like really really good. I'm just trying to think of like other things. I can't remember, but I quite like the experimental mode. I really like that. And then let's go to the triple damage. So experimental mode, I really like the triple damage. I have mixed feelings about this. Yes, it is experiment, but I have mixed feelings about this. There is some So some good things like there's some pros to this. Um, sorry. Um, calls to reduce DPS time massively. Definitely reduce DPS times. I haven't tried the tanks. I don't really know if they're good enough. They probably are, but I haven't tried them. But also, like, it's kind of like the triple damage. The reason why people don't like it is just they're not used to it. They're not used to having a triple like 3 DPS, 2 supports, and 1 tank. They're not used to that crap. Like, yes, I was yes, I was on that train. Then I realized it's certainly an experiment. It may actually not be in the game. So for my take on the triple damage, is kind of up in the air. Um, just because we don't really know a lot about it. Like, I don't know, but there's some changes that I don't really like. I'll be honest. Um, now let me just go in here. There are some changes I kind of don't like. Like, that one's fine. That one's fine. That was fine. That was fine. Um, I don't get the damage increase. I don't get that. Like, probably, yeah, because he's like the only tank, but it doesn't really matter. He still does like quite a lot of damage. Um, this one I really like. I don't really like the cooldown reduce. If it was like maybe like 7 seconds, that's fine. 6 seconds, I think is a little too much. Um, this one maybe put it up a bit. Maybe put it down. I don't really know. Maybe like put like it down like a teensy bit. Maybe around like I don't know around like 22, 23 healing per second, and that's fine. The 25% damage reduction, that's fine. Oh, hog, that's good. That one's also fine. Sigma Sting's also fine. That's fine. The barrel projector reduced. I don't really like the reduced. Like maybe just keep that one the same, or like maybe like around 11, maybe like 11 seconds. I understand those changes. I understand those. That one, and I understand all of those. So, some changes I quite like. Hang on, I actually need to check if I'm in the just chatting and my title is actually correct. It is correct. Okay, good. So yeah, I just want to get that out of the way. Triple damage, it's fine, but the changes on the tanks are kind of iffy, and I don't really like that. Alright, now I got that off my chest. Let's go to the next one. Here's the Overwatch League. Now, I am. If I just. Oh my god, what am I doing? Okay, so like I showed the power rankings. So these are my power rankings. If you go to the Overwatch League, um, what is this? I'm gonna read this. Hang on. Uh, uh, okay, cool. Japan is actually getting some recognition. Okay. Alright, so if we go to the schedule, I haven't. Oh, okay, I haven't made those predictions yet. I actually haven't done those yet. What I'm actually going to do as well for my Instagram post is that I'm going to do, of course, I'm going to do all those predictions, and then um, I'll wait until the game finishes, and then I'll post my predictions, and then do, yeah. So Yeah, just so a little change in that. So week 3, yeah. So well, basically the first big news: New York City versus Philadelphia Fusion. Philadelphia Fusion wins. Um, New York did not look like them. I'll be honest. They look very very sloppy. Like Fusion won very very convincingly, and then it was like a really close game in Havana. It was weird. Of course, this very, very memorable match, Boston Uprising versus Houston Outlaws. Uh, the two worst teams in the league, and Boston won it after a fucking 7 matches. 7! Map 7! I think that is also the longest map, like the longest game in the regular season as well. It's crazy. 2-0. That was a tie. 3-1. That was a tie. 2-0. 2-1. 2-0. It was crazy. It was an absolute amazing match. But I do have to give credit to Jerry, an absolute madman he is. Oh my god. Anyways, so let's go and pass the time for Washington Justice. Uh, the the homestand has been hosted, lost both of their games. I'll get into London versus Washington soon. Paris versus Washington. I, of course, actually predicted Washington to win. If you actually saw my Instagram post, and you should follow me there. Uh, Paris came out swinging. I think I put 3-1 also to Washington. I need to be a little bit more careful. Of course, New York Houston. We're not going to talk about that. It's just a smash. Toronto versus Philly. That was an interesting match. I think it was 3-2. I think the Phillies, by I predicted. Um, Jesus Christ, 65 in Kings Row. It was pretty good. Pretty good match. I haven't like seen the highlights, but yeah. This is what I want to talk about as well. London Spitfire versus Washington Justice. Basically a new roster for London versus Washington Justice. I don't understand how. Like apparently they full hold Washington at their spawn. The checkpoint was actually at their spawn. It was amazing. And then one convincingly was the world, and then Nepal was pretty really close. It was crazy. Props to London as well. So I guess we'll look at the standings after week 3 and going up to week 4, which has been hosted by the Houston Outlaws. This is what the standings look like now. We have Philadelphia Fusion, first place. Vancouver Titans, San Francisco Shock, New York Excelsior, Paris Eternal, Toronto Defiant, Florida Mayhem, Los Angeles Valiant, Boston Uprising, London Spitfire, Washington Justice, Chengdu, Hangzhou, Atlanta, Guangzhou, Shanghai, and Seoul they haven't played yet. Atlanta will actually play at Houston. They got Gladiators, Dallas, and then Houston. So yeah, so that was amazing. It was probably the best homestand ever. I'll be honest. So I will do all my predictions for all these matches soon. I'm not really gonna. I'm not really gonna do them on my PC. Maybe I would. I don't know. But it is hosted by Houston, and they're going to lose every single one of their matches. Mark my words. Next up, some bad news for the Chinese homestands. Um, they've been I just didn't check chat for a second. They have been cancelled due to the coronavirus, and it was failed to be. I think I said in my last stream. I think it was the Motorsport news stream. I said that it was failed to contain. It was failed to be contained only in China, and now it's spreading around the world. I think it was hit Italy or something. So I've been told, and now it's also been hit in Korea, which is bad, really bad. So yeah, this world needs help. We need to try to find a cure really quickly. So bad. We don't know when it's we don't know like where the matchups are gonna be, but probably in the US. I'm gonna say maybe maybe in the Blizzard Arena, maybe. I don't know, or maybe like online. Maybe I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. It just depends. Um, where it is. So we don't know when their match is gonna be made up, but what I can check is okay. I should have checked Guangzhou first. We'll actually go to Guangzhou in a certain player very, very, very soon. I just need to actually check um, their matches. Like, Xander's 888. Oh my god. Realize there's a podcast. Yeah, I've now done a podcast. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Yes, I do realize it's a podcast. I do realize that. Okay. I guess. Wait, is this still sharing? It is. I should probably cover my record. No, I'll do that. Okay. No crap. I think I already knew it was you, Xander. Anyway, so week 5 we actually go back to Washington. Okay, I just want to check um when their matches are, like the Chinese matches. Finally, I actually have a double one. Okay, so Seoul hung. Okay, so it's gonna be Seoul and so. Okay, so it's gonna be Dallas. Okay, that's interesting. So week 9, they're actually gonna play their first match. Damn. So that's sad. So we don't really know when like the makeup match is going to be. Probably, I don't know. I think they're. Well, I saw like a post on Instagram from Seoul that it's like signaling that the all the Seoul Dynasty team also organizations actually going over to America. So yeah. And speaking of America, Nero is apparently the only GZ a Guangzhou player to go back to the US. Nicole, I have to do news. Good old gaming news. I'm starving. Feed me. I'm giving you news, though. I'm giving you Overwatch news. I know you don't understand them, but I'm still giving you news. I don't know if I can really. I don't know. Like maybe we'll have like a designated day where we can that like both of us can meet up and then we can do like news. So we could probably do that at some point. Probably like not today. Maybe after the stream I'll make a news stream. I don't know. I just need to get this really really quickly. So Nero is the only Guangzhou player. He's actually going back to America. He made a Twitter post. Um, saying going back to LA today by myself. I really wanted to stay, but the org insisted I go first for my safety because I'm the only one with a visa at the moment. Hopefully my teammates and staff can join me soon. So he's the only one with a visa, and he is going back to America, which I think is really really sad. So I do hope that um, everyone in the Guangzhou charge org actually is alright. I do hope. Another person who's stuck in visa hell is Ascoft. He is a coach for the Boston Uprising. He tweeted out, just to clarify for everyone, I'm kind of stuck in visa hell for now. Boston is doing everything they can to bring me there. They are dealing with all the procedures, issues. Everyone is kind enough to adapt so I can work from home. Merci pour, uh, merci pour le trait. Superbe cover, by the way. little bit French there. So he's stuck in visa hell. Luckily he's French, so I think he'll be fine. Here's a big one. So Jennifer Hall, or Hal, I don't know, the voice of Ashe has been fired from Blizzard. I was actually watching a video, and then someone in the comments, someone actually mentioned it. That he was fired. Uh, the massive. So I'm using the Overwatch. So I'm in Blizzard. Some guy said after the massive, well, the old, so Odd Wolf. Sorry if I mispronounced the name. He said after the massive layoffs of the Hearthstone team in February, Ashe's voice actor Jennifer Hall spoke out against it on Twitter. Since then, Ashe didn't get any new voice lines in the subsequent events, so is it safe to assume we're not going to hear new Ashe's voice lines, or see her in more cinematic shorts? Whether she refuses to work with Blizzard again or vice versa, it's a bummer either way. For reference, here are some of the tweets. So she said the average of CEO salary was 30 times employee wages in the 1980s. Today, the average CEO salary is 500x employee wages. And there's all these tweets as well. Now, I'm going to have Xander actually pop in and actually do some news. I'm going to let him. He actually has some Doom Eternal news, so I'm actually going to let him do that very, very, very quickly. So, let me just start a voice call with him. Come on. Okay, good. Yes, mate, and bloody join the call accepted. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh god.
Oh, okay. Alright, give your news.
Okay, I'm Xander. I am Riley's friend, for those who don't know, even though there's no viewers. Sorry, I had to do that.
Great.
So, Doom, as you all know, is the new game that the Bethesda's been working on. And we all know Bethesda kind of did a big fuck up with Fallout 76. It still hasn't gotten better, I don't think. Well, Doom Eternal is the sequel to Doom 2016, which was the reboot of the Doom franchise, which, if you don't know, it's basically you're killing a fuck ton of demons on Mars. At least it was. Doom Eternal is now set on Earth. But the new news is, fucking angels! Not just demons now, you're killing angels and demons. Because there's this power-crazed god angel, or some shit, that is now just fucking said, okay, I'm now friends with the demons, and is now trying to kill you. So you have basically no friends apart from the Night Sentinels, but we don't know if they're in the game or even alive. All we know is that the Diag tribe of Night Sentinels are still around. The Diag tribes are affiliated with the Hell Priests, who are in turn affiliated with, obviously, Hell. They will try to kill you. Now, and then we have Ravagers. This is something I love. Not Ravagers, sorry, Marauders. That's a Minecraft mix-up there.
Good job.
So Marauders are, what's the word? Possessed? Not really possessed, but like hellified. It's the best word I can think of. They're hellified Night Sentinels. So they look like they have the Praetor suit, which, if you don't know, is the suit that you wear. So it's the Can you just quickly pull up an image of the Praetor suit for me? Or I'll just actually screen share. It's not anything bad.
No, it's fine. I'll search it up.
Alright, I'll just send you how to spell it.
Yep.
Command V. So, and I'm gonna need you to do this.
Okay, I just got the image up.
So, as you can see on Riley's stream, I can't see the image, but I'm hoping this is right. That is the Praetor suit. So that's the suit you'll be wearing in Doom Eternal. And it's also what you wore in Doom 2016. And what this has in common with a Marauder, if you could just quickly pull up an image of them, just research up Doom Eternal Marauder, should come up in an image.
Okay.
Their suit is actually extremely similar to yours. In the fact that it has that little red button looking thing on the left, or my right, so probably be your right as well, the right breastplate. Oh, I just need an image just to fucking...
No.
Raw...
No, I have it on my stream. I have it on my stream.
Oh, I just need I need one for reference as well, that's all.
Okay, okay.
So, and it has this big fucking battle axe, which is made of not Doom Eternal, fuck, which is made of Argent Energy. I know, shut up. Argent Energy is the most powerful source of energy in the Doom universe. And to human standards, it could power, just one little bit of Argent Energy can power us indefinitely. But also, as we can see at its side, it has a super shotgun. And this is a weapon that is very commonly used by the Doomslayer, or the Doom Guy, Doom Marine, whatever you want to call him. And, so back to the armor, look at it, that has a lot in common with the Doomslayer's Praetor suit. Apart from the fact that it's not too much in common, but that fucking button. And there's theories that say, the button is assigned for royalty of the Night Sentinels. Because in the trailer, it's actually a thing, but in the trailer, actually, the Marauder is shown. And it says to the Doom Guy, you are a fucking usurper. So that means this bloke was probably once a king or something of the Night Sentinels, or is at least noble in some sort of way. Not released, leaked, that it is a hellified Night Sentinel. And you can even see that sort of corruption just under the right breastplate. My right breastplate, so I'm going to call it the right breastplate. Because you can see it just like kind of spreading across this bloke's body. That's basically all the news I can think of. Apart... Actually, no, that is all the news I can think of, never mind.
Okay.
But it looks fucking good, I'm excited. You should be too. Angels, you can kill. Back to you, Riley.
Thanks.
Unless I have more Bethesda news I can think of.
Yeah, just call me, alright? I'm just gonna leave the call and just message
Yeah, I'm just
me.
gonna eat my brownie.
Okay, you can eat your brownie then.
I'm just gonna go back to the stream and then watch you and just make the smart-ass comments.
Great. Alright, see ya.
It's on me.
Yes.
And how do I access your stream again?
My god.
I don't know, I'm not good at this. I'm very adept at Discord.
Okay.
Not Discord, Twitch.
Fine.
Xander
Yes, alright. I'm just gonna leave the
Alright,
call now.
well, leave the call, I will
Just message me. if
text you.
need- Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was from Xander. So that was his little part. Sometimes he will come in and he will just give a little bit of news about some other stuff. So back to my one. So back to Overwatch now, and this came in like earlier, but so Maryville University has now become the first university to compete in trials. So if I go to, where is it? North America, that is Europe, but does not matter. I got trials. So Maryville actually came second in Open Division, beating both Simplicity and Phase 2, who were actually in the seedings, and well, Phase 2 was previously from contenders. Simplicity was a team that just got in Overwatch, or even though it was there earlier. And so they've actually somehow got from where is Maryville? So winning against Simplicity and then losing to Karasuno, dropping down against Old Man Strength, one against Simplicity again, then one against Phase 2, and then lost against to Karasuno again. So props to Maryville University. It was actually being a really good university team in Overwatch. Next up, it is Avast. So, oh god, I probably did. I probably did misspell. Let me just check. Uh, yeah, I think I might have. Yeah, that's fine. Um, yeah, they will know what I'm talking about. So, Avast is a popular um, streamer and actually formerly an Overwatch player. And he actually got into casting when he stopped playing Overwatch professionally. And he actually came out on a tweet saying that he won't be casting contenders anymore. Which I'm pretty surprised about. I need to look for here it is. So he tweeted out, "I'm not working contenders this year, so take this with a grain of salt. My understanding was since contenders has gone to a weekly system, it means they'll only stream the semi-finals and the semi/finals of each weekly tournament every week. It doesn't mean that there is no broadcast for months." So I think what he's saying is like, I don't know if it's true, but I think what he's saying is they won't be streaming the whole matches. They will only stream the semis and the finals for each tournament every week. I think that's what he's saying. So there's basically no point of really commentating over that. So it makes sense. So Avast, no more Avast. So we're going to go on some roster changes. So I'm going to try and find out where we left off. We were up, I think we were up to here. So Stella, formerly of Toronto Defiant player, basically formerly an Overwatch League pro, is now in Talent Esports. The coach for that team, Card, has now left. Sox, Vulcan, and Romanov has left as all left Phase 2. Phase 2 is just kind of just rebuilding now. But Sojay, DPS, and Lungbin has now joined a new Chinese team called First Fabulous Fighter. I know, alliteration. Antigon, I think he is the second Saudi Arabian player to be in Clockwork Vendetta. Yeah, the second Saudi Arabian player to be in Clockwork Vendetta is now joining them. Zephyr and Indian 77 is now joining Light Gaming. I think Light Gaming is ever going to be a good team, as they do have former Overwatch League pros Zephyr, Swan, I'm 37. I think also B612, formerly Free Fill. Yeah, formerly a Free Fill. What other ones? Guido, another former Overwatch League pro, is my cameo's on this stream. Thanks. Guido, formerly of Washington Justice and Seoul Dynasty, that he is now going to be joining Lucky Future. Global Esports has now revamped the whole roster and started a new one. Water, Kefri, and Mango Zhao is now left Global Esports, and Petal, Ilva, Akichon, I don't know if that's spelled correctly, HTP, and Pirate Flag has now joined Global Esports. The whole of White Whale Incheon Esports team has now left Overwatch. I don't think they're coming back, I don't know. Beepus, probably the best name ever. Doomslayer19826, thanks for the follow. So Beppers or Beepers, whatever. He is now joining Skyfoxes. So Blossom's also revamping their whole roster as well. Where is Box? Does it work? Okay, I just need to check because I did change the thing, the position of my alert box. So Blossom revamped the whole roster. They did add a new coach, Styx2K, to the team. Wob, I think, formerly of Team Impact. Actually did retire for a bit as well. He's now back. I did get 50 followers, yay. um, he'll be joining Sky Foxes. Darken and Puddle has now actually left Betrayal and now gone to the newly Horus Gaming, including Oli, also leaving team not found, and Murray's Leventan and Fasty, whatever. Um, they have all joined Horus Gaming. Lico and Honorado has actually, all of those two have retired, including Jay Hin. 3 players, some from South African. That's a clip. Yes, 3 players from South African. Yes, South America. That's what I meant. Not South African. What is wrong with me? 3 South American players have retired from Overwatch. I think professionally. And then we go to No Weaver, who's a very not really a well-known team in Australian contenders. And alright, sorry about that. So Corey, Slide, I'm gonna mispronounce his name, Zoj and JJJJ. They've all left for No Weaver, and actually have replaced Vondre and Mini, and Nami and BRS from Atletico Esports to No Weaver. So they've announced their full roster. Blossom has also announced their full roster as well. Sorry about that. With Guiro, Vansa, Sungyeon. I'm so bad at these names. Imoga, Owlwatch, and Quad Kyle. They've all joined Blossom. And the most recent one is Tree Spear, now joining HSL Esports. Finally, that is done. Jesus Christ. I'm so bad at names. No, oh god, so bad. Alright. It's a funny, let's just say this is a pretty funny clip. So on Twitter, I just need to get this tweet up. I didn't screenshot it, but let me just get this up. It's pretty easy to find. Hey, let me try and find it. Where is it? On my phone. Okay, here we go. So, I don't know if I... Wait, is it on Twitch? I'm going to try and find it on Twitch. So this is where I need to try and find a clip. I'm trying to find it. I can't find it. It's... So he says, who's this round flamethrower guy? Basically, Zarya. It's pretty weird. It's pretty funny, actually, I'll be honest. DrDisrespect. Watch. Like a good Where is this clip? I can't find it. Where is this clip? I can't find it, but it's on my phone. I don't really want to really. You know, I'm just gonna just play it. So I do apologize for the audio if it's really bad. I need it.
What is this guy with his flamethrower? What is that thing?
Fully charged Zarya.
Yeah, the
flamethrower. It's like a laser beam, Doc. And when she's really red, that means she's very powered and very strong.
I don't quit till the fight's done.
Those are her bubbles.
Like, what am I use my whole... This round person
Sick right there.
fucking driving me nuts.
There we go. Oh.
Victory.
Can we, Jordan? Let's kill him.
What's my emo? Is it the one where I look at my feet? Oh yeah, I'm looking at my feet right now. I can't really help you on the Lucio. Second.
What the
Wait, guys, we're not doing this right. No, I can't hit my shots.
I hate that character. Like, that character, I don't like to play against it. It's not fun. Fucking just sits there and then puts her little purple shield up, gives her more energy. It's
counter Sombra.
and he's still able to shoot. Like, what the hell?
Okay, that's enough. Okay, so I think that's enough. So basically, DrDisrespect does not like that round flamethrower guy, also known as Zarya. So yeah, it's fun. Anyways, so I'm gonna head off now. I'll do my I'll do my power rankings. So that'll be up on Instagram. Check that out. Check my Instagram. Shameless plug, I know. If you're saying this in post, make sure. Xander, what's the news about? If it's real world news, I'm not interested. If it's gaming, then sure. But yes, like if you are watching this in post, so on YouTube, give this stream a like. Shameless plug, I know. God. Okay. Yes, I'll be going. So, just tell me the news after. So, I'm gonna go now. So motorsport news, that's gonna be tomorrow. I actually have quite a lot of news to actually cover on that one. So game mixed with real world, E3 and such. Okay. So, okay, talk to me about that later. So, I'm gonna head off now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Give it a like if you watch this on post, and yeah, all that stuff. So, take care. Goodbye.